Welcome back to Fire Ranch Garage. This is Phil. Today we're working on the 347 stroker. And if you saw my earlier short that I did, we had some issues. But we're going to continue working on this thing and go from there. It's going to be a trying day. But today's format's going to be just a little bit different. So hang with me. Enjoy the video. Please like and subscribe if you are so inclined. I'd appreciate that. I know a lot of you watching are not subscribed to my channel, but I would appreciate it if you do. Here we go. All right. After that whole mess with the oil pump, I decided to work on the top side. Now, I think where I left off on part 2 is I still needed to get the cam in. The cam is in, and I still need to get the cam bolt. I can't find my original one and the washer that holds the pin in, so I got to get that. I did order the balancer bolt and washer. I've got our rockers in and the retainer for that, and then I got our new AFR heads on. So I'm just going to go around and kind of show you. Not a lot of people like watching the assembly videos, so I'm just going to kind of show you what I'm using. So these are the heads, and you can see they're AFRs. They're for a small block Ford. They're 185 Enforcer heads, 64 cc, and they come with rocker studs and valve locks and retainers. I'm using all ARP hardware. As you can see, I put the studs in, and you put those studs in since they do have water jackets. Let's see if I can find. I've been having a hell of a day, guys. Just seems like some days things just don't work out very well. Let me see if I can find. It's probably underneath something here. Well, it is an ARP thread sealant, and so you put those. Since all of these studs go into water jackets, you have to use that sealant. Oh, here it is. Here's the thread sealant here, or thread sealer. So you put all that on these before you screw them into the block. And then when you go to actually torque down the heads, of course you have to use their recommended Ultra Torque fastener assembly lubricant. So I'll put that on the studs and then put the washer or the nuts on and washers. Pardon my mess. This is all part of the nonsense I'm working with today. And then I got the rocker arm studs from ARP. I'm using the Trick Flow push rods. Hopefully I measured those right, and I don't have to reorder those. This is just a reproduction cover. I've got my seal in. I've got my gaskets laid out for that. I also got ARP oil pump bolts, and like I said before, that oil pump, I've got to find a new one there. And then I'm using a electric fuel pump, so I've got a block off plate to go on the side of the cover. And then I went with ARP timing cover and water pump bolts. Let's see, we've got, here's our balancer, and this one is a universal, so if you needed a balance, it comes with a weight. I'm going to be pulling it off because we're internally balanced, but it's a Pro Power Force harmonic dampener, so I'm going to use that. I went with the Edelbrock timing kit. That's the one that you see on here. It's a double roller chain. And then I went with the Power Master mini starter. And then I have our electric fuel pump. AFR was nice to send some stickers. That's nice. I love stickers. Made in China, so only the highest quality electric water pump. And then I went with the Ford Performance. This is the M9424 F302 intake manifold. You can kind of see, I haven't taken it out of the plastic because I don't want it to get dirty yet, but it's a dual plane. And then, let's see, what else have I not said so far? I've got, what is this? Push rod guide plates. Actually, my heads came with that, so I probably will use the ones that came with. The camshaft, I think I already said on my last video. But the cam is, it's a comp cam. And that's the specs on that one. It's a 35-24-8, 218, 224, 112 lobe separation with 544 lift, and then the rockers, and then here's the studs that I used for the heads. Those are the 254 4401 early head stud kits. That doesn't pertain to that. And then I thought about going to a Holley, but I've decided to go with the Aces EFI management system on this one. So it'll look like the old school carburetor type setup, but it'll be EFI, kind of like the Holley is. I may switch that out at some point. I don't know yet. I kind of wanted to just kind of keep it old school, we'll say. I know it's going into some, well, this is not the car that this motor is going into. One way back there. This is a complete mess, guys. Please excuse my mess, but that's where good things happen, right? So we're going to try it out with the Aces EFI carburetor swap type thing with the dual plane intake. See how that goes. If I don't like it, I may go to more of a fuel injector style thing. So I do want to make a correction at the front, the beginning of the video. I said that the oil pump was a 86. It's actually a M68A. This is a Melling pump, and you can see I tried to clearance it until I actually went through. So obviously that's junk now, but I got to find another one. But this is the old one that came out of it. Obviously that doesn't work with a girdle, so that doesn't work. Plus it hits here and here. So I got to find an oil pump, guys. I don't know what I'm going to do there. This is the oil pan that I have for it. I still need to paint it and everything. I really like this pan because it does have a rear drain, a bottom drain, and then it also has a side bung there too if, and I'm saying if, I decide to go with a turbo on this engine, or if I want to do something, or a here in Minnesota they have a like an oil heater that goes in there. I'm obviously not going to use that. I'm not going to drive this thing in the wintertime. Not going to do that after all this money. So I had to pull this out. I was hoping that this pickup tube would work for this, but that doesn't work either. Kind of been a, like I said, it's been a nightmare of a day, and I just wanted to get a video out for you guys. It's been a while since I've worked on this engine, but this is where we're at so far in the parts and pieces that I'm using. I'm going to skip the assembly part of this. Apparently those that watch my videos don't like to watch assembly of engines and things like that. So the people that are watching are only watching about 30 seconds, and that doesn't really do well for my channel. So I need to have a little longer watch time than just 30 seconds. I know I'm not that interesting some days, but you know, sometimes this is educational, sometimes it's entertainment, sometimes it's a little of both. But hopefully somebody finds some value in it. I almost forgot, I did find my rockers too. These are the Elgin Pro Stocks. Really nice stuff. They are a 1/6 rocker with 3/8 studs. So pretty excited about doing those on there too. But this is where we're at. This is part 3, we'll say, of this video. And I'll shoot another one when it gets a little closer to that time of getting more parts and pieces on, and what I can tell you more about that. Maybe go into a little bit more about the ACES fuel injection and show you some stuff on that. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for liking the video. Please subscribe if you haven't. If you would like to support our channel, please visit firewrenchgarage.com. We've got the cheapest shirt on the internet at $12.99. Eat your heart out, Mortski. We've got you beat. Appreciate you guys watching. Have a great rest of your day.